gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, shout around? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Good morning. I'm Taronda Thomas with this breaking news update on an active shooter alert in Falls Township, Bucks County. Now, police now say 3 people were killed. Several others were hurt in shootings at 2 separate locations. We've been working this story since we first found out about it a little while ago. Authorities have identified a suspect in that shooting. Here he is, 26-year-old Andre Gordon. He is said to have taken off in a stolen SUV that he carjacked from someone.
Wow. So they continue to tell us that this carjacking issue is not an actual issue and it's a nothing burger and we're overreacting, and you know, we should just make sure that we don't leave valuables in our cars. And then you have a guy like Andre Gordon who deletes 3 people after hijacking a vehicle. The gaslighting from the mainstream media, the leftist mainstream media, is ridiculous. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Get a good look at him as police are searching for him right now. Area residents have been urged to shelter in place as the search continues. A lot of businesses are closed in that area as well. Action News reporter Sharifa Jackson joins us live from Falls Township with the very latest on the search and the investigation. Sharifa.
Yeah, Taronda, we're on a Viewpoint Lane. This is just one of the scenes. You can see police, they have taken over the area here as they continue to investigate and search again for 26-year-old Andre Gordon. It's an all-out manhunt for him at this moment. Police say he was last seen driving a dark gray Honda CRV with a Pennsylvania registration K.
And we have some real issues in the community that aren't being addressed. The young black men are crashing out. I mean, it's getting, at this point, it's getting ridiculous. Like 3 dead, 1 injured. This is a mass shooting. And it happened in multiple different locations. I mean, this guy was on a rampage.
FR 1534. Police say Gordon is believed to be homeless and has ties to the Trenton area. They also believe that he is armed and dangerous. He could also have other potential weapons. Police, they're not sure. They're urging everyone, of course, to be careful. Now, authorities say the shootings appear to have unfolded in 2 locations and began just before 9 a.m. this morning. The first on Viewpoint Lane in Levittown. Falls Township Police, they are dispatched here just before 9 a.m. to investigate the reports of a shooting. They say Gordon shot and killed 2 people who live here. From there, police say about 10 minutes later, Gordon went to another location, Edgewood Lane in Levittown, where he shot and killed another person, and it didn't end there. Police say he ran from that scene and carjacked someone at gunpoint in the parking lot of a Dollar General of Bristol Pike, Morrisville. That victim wasn't injured. Now, police, they believe.
So, and this guy is a monster. He's out here harming people for no apparent reason, carjacking here and there, shooting people. I mean, they think that they're in some simulation, some GTA video game, but this is real life. And it's unfortunate that the criminal justice system have emboldened these types of guys in this way.
Gordon knew all of the victims involved other than the one and the carjacking incident. Now, again, he is believed to be armed and dangerous. He could have other potential weapons. They are looking for him. If you hear or see anything, police, they want you to call 911. This has really turned the area upside down. Still an active shelter in place and lockdown happening right now. We know the shelter in place is stretching further than just these neighborhoods. A nearby Target has chosen to close. Many other retail establishments in the area also doing the same. Sesame Place and the mall, they're also closed. Now, this is a very fluid situation. Again, police searching for 26-year-old Andre Gordon. They say he killed 3 people this morning. They are searching for him. If you have any information, if you have seen him, if you know anything, of course, police, they want to hear from you. That's the latest here from Levittown. Taronda.
Hi everyone, Jennifer Lee here for Fox 29, and we are in Bucks County following this breaking news situation. So many people in the Falls Township community woke up to those emergency alerts telling them to shelter in place in their residences.
And look how much of an inconvenience these murders done by this super gremlin caused the people of this city, okay, or this township. And yes, guys, I know the audio is only coming out of the right analog. It's their audio, not mine, so I apologize. But this story is really important, and to hear the people's feedback is extremely important. Because we need to know what the people are thinking so that we can potentially influence them, for lack of a better word, to make the right decisions at the polls. This starts off with who you're voting for and who you're allowing to dictate the law, right? You have a DA that does not care, okay? That is not using the law to put criminals away. He's using the law and its interpretations to free them. He's almost like a defense attorney for these super gremlins who are in Philly. So it's so much. It's really important, to get these videos out here and just let people know that, hey, we got some real issues, and if we don't get a grip right now, there's going to be hell to pay in the future. Maybe not from an outside group, but just from within.
And we have just gotten information confirmed from police who say they have been investigating shootings. We're hearing that at least 3 people have been killed. This was an active shooter situation, and there are a couple locations, in fact 3 locations, and we're actually at the Dollar General. I'm going to get to how this location is involved in just a moment, but just to run through all of the information we've gotten from police. So just before 9 in the morning, police were dispatched to Viewpoint Lane, and that's in Vermilion Hills, to investigate a shooting. And the preliminary information that police were able to receive is the alleged shooter is 26-year-old Andre Gordon, and they say this man was driving a stolen vehicle and shot and killed 2 people at that specific residence. Now we go to location number 2. Police say that Gordon went to Edgewood Lane, where they say he shot another individual, then fled that scene. That individual, we are hearing from police, was also killed. Around 9:15, Gordon actually came to this Dollar General store and carjacked a victim. And they say that this victim was not injured, but he was able to get into that person's vehicle. And we're hearing that it was a gray Honda CRV, and police did release information about this vehicle. We have those photos on our website, fox29.com, as well as a picture of Gordon that police have received, have released. And the registration, the plate number is KFR 1534, and they say there is a Namaste sticker in white lettering on the right side of the rear bumper. We're also told a description of Gordon. He's approximately 6'1", a thin build, last observed wearing a dark hooded sweatshirt, and he is believed to be in possession of an assault rifle, perhaps a number of other weapons, so he is believed to be extremely dangerous. Police say do not approach him. Do not make any contact with him. If you see him, though, make sure you call 911 or 215-328-8501. That is another phone number that you can contact as well. Now, police, they believe the 3 victims who were shot and killed, they are known to Gordon. They say that the individual who was carjacked here at the Dollar General, and this is in Morrisville, they do not believe there was any connection whatsoever. We are hearing about a lot of police activity that is taking place in Trenton, New Jersey as well. Apparently, police believe that Gordon is experiencing homelessness and had some ties to the Trenton area. So that is a situation we are also actively monitoring. We are expecting to hear from police. There is a staging area for the media to go to. So as soon as we learn more information, we will keep you posted on our website, fox29.com.
A triple murder in the Philadelphia suburbs. The suspect, identified as Andre Gordon, going on a violent rampage. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dawn Timoney. The 26-year-old is in police custody tonight, accused of killing 3 family members, including his 13-year-old sister. The crime spree.
Wow. So he deleted 3 family members and his 13-year-old sister. And people continue to act like there's just nothing going on in the community. Everything is fine. But guys, group accountability, group acknowledgement. When is it gonna end? When are we going to make an exerted effort to wake up the minds of the black youth when it comes to these homicides? I mean, you're taking out your own family in this case. And I know everybody's going to say mental issues, this, and the third, but it's deeper than that.
Spanning 4 locations across 2 states. It all started in Falls Township, where the shootings occurred at 2 separate homes, then a carjacking in Morrisville, the bloodshed ending in Trenton with Gordon's arrest. We have team coverage for you tonight. Our Cheyenne Corinne in Trenton, where the suspect was captured just after 5 tonight. But we begin with our Jennifer Lee in Falls Township, where the rampage began.
Authorities say they've had minor contact with alleged shooter Andre Gordon in the past, but nothing to indicate he would commit such acts of violence, killing 2 family members and the mother of his 2 children. Driving a stolen vehicle and armed with an assault rifle, Falls Township police say Andre Gordon first went to Viewpoint Lane in Levittown just before 9 a.m., shooting and killing 2 family members.
Forcibly broke into the residence, after which he shot and killed his 52-year-old stepmother, Karen Gordon, and his 13-year-old sister, Kara Gordon, who lived at the residence.
Bucks County District Attorney Jen Shorn says 2 adults and a 14-year-old were hiding inside the home and avoided being shot. But the 26-year-old went to a second address on Edgewood Lane, forcibly breaking in and killing 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, the mother of his 2 children, who authorities say were also inside the home.
So he crashed out and deleted his baby mama as well. This is what these guys are doing now. I mean, and it's in mass. It's in mass. It's more than it's ever been. The pandemic exploded and exposed the real issues that black men have going on. Let's keep it a buck. These are real issues to crash out and delete your baby mama. I know these women be acting a fool, and I know that they doing all this stuff to get on your nerves and maybe hitting you and financially messing you up in all these ways, but this ain't the answer. This has never been the answer. And in this case, I would go as far as to say, she probably was just asking for something reasonable, right? But it shows how unreasonable these super gremlins on demon time really are.
I've seen a guy around here on the street once or twice before. I've seen cops at that residence before, but it was never really an issue. It's just a stop by, see what's going on, and left.
Police say Daniel's mother was bludgeoned in the head with the assault rifle and taken to the hospital.
Wow. We're hoping that it wasn't close to home, and then you find out it's down the street, so it's a little terrifying.
Then by 9:15 a.m., police say Gordon went to the Dollar General in Morrisville, carjacking a 44-year-old man at gunpoint.
We were just working, and then all of a sudden the police came in and had us lock up the place and get the customers out.
Chief Nelson Whitney says police issued a shelter-in-place order for 3 hours until about 12:30 in the afternoon.
A dynamic situation at first. We weren't sure where the actor was or where he was going to end up, so out of an abundance of caution, we wanted to keep everybody safe, and I think the community did a great job in honoring that.
We were supposed to head to the shore, and we had a shelter in place, so we're still here, and it's scary. It was really scary to be with an active shooter.
So in all, Gordon is accused of 2 carjackings, killing 3 people and injuring 1. Investigators say they do not have a motive at this point, but we did learn Gordon is currently experiencing homelessness and his ties to the Trenton area, and that's where the manhunt continued from here. In Falls Township, Jennifer Lee, Fox 29 News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, These super gremlins are on demon time.
Barricaded on the murder suspect who is now barricaded in New Jersey. And again, that shot now down. But this is the very latest from that police update. This is the suspect that they are speaking about. This is 26-year-old Andre Gordon. All of this unfolding at around 9 a.m. today.
So he barricaded himself in, and apparently they were able to capture him. But this is what I'm talking about. We have a crash out culture. We live in a crash out culture.
This suspect accused of killing 3 people during a violent rampage in Falls Township, Pennsylvania this morning. Right now, he has barricaded himself inside a home in Trenton, New Jersey with hostages. We did bring you a live look from our New Jersey helicopter. That shot has now been taken down, but this is the very latest from that press conference. According to law enforcement officers, Andre Gordon, who you see right there, shot and killed his stepmother and 13-year-old sister inside the first location in Pennsylvania. And again, this is Falls Township, Pennsylvania. So he shot and killed his stepmother and 13-year-old sister.
God. I mean, this guy is a monster. Straight up monster. Stepmother, 13-year-old sister, and his baby mama. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Several other individuals, family members, were hiding inside that home. After he shot and killed his stepmother and 13-year-old sister, law enforcement say he traveled to a second location, shooting and killing the mother of his 2 children and injuring the mother of the deceased victim. At this point in time, it does not appear that those 2 children were harmed. Then, according to law enforcement, after he drove to that home where he shot and killed the mother of his 2 children, he then carjacked a driver at gunpoint outside a Dollar General in Morrisville. He drove off in the driver's dark gray Honda CR-V. That driver not injured. A short time later, law enforcement found that car unoccupied in Trenton, New Jersey. And as we were bringing you a live aerial pictures, he was barricaded inside a home there where, again, he is believed to have family ties. So again, at this hour, we are waiting for an update from New Jersey law enforcement. But as we were showing you here live on Live Now from Fox, there is a massive law enforcement presence around that home in Trenton, New Jersey, where Gordon has barricaded himself. And if you're familiar with the area, that is on the 100 block of Miller Street in Trenton. Now, authorities earlier had information that Gordon had taken several people inside that home hostage. We were taking a look at the video, and we did see that law enforcement used long, tall ladders to get to the second floor of that.
So shout out to the law enforcement officers who were able to apprehend this super gremlin, because this guy is dangerous. And it's a shame. It's a shame what he did and what is being allowed in these cities, in these inner cities. It could be cleaned up really easily. It's not hard. They have the solution. They know how to solve this problem. They refuse to.
That house, and they were able to remove several people through a window and bring them down to the ground. It's not yet clear who those people are, if those were all of the hostages, if those were some of the hostages. We are waiting an update from police in that area. But again, the update that we provided you, that was from law enforcement from Pennsylvania. We will continue to follow all of the latest developments on this breaking news story, and as soon as we receive any new information, of course, we will bring it to you.
At some point, he will be extradited to Pennsylvania to answer for those charges over there, but he's also going to be charged here as well.
An hours-long violent crime spree involving 2 states and sparking a shelter-in-place ends with a suspect in custody tonight. Saturday night, I'm Walter Perez. The big story in Action News is developing in Mercer County, New Jersey. That's where authorities say 26-year-old Andre Gordon surrendered. This after he allegedly murdered 3 people across the river. His day-long crime spree began in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, where his victims were killed in 2 separate locations. Investigators say he then carjacked someone before making his way over into New Jersey. Action News has team coverage from where it all began in Levittown to where it ended in Trenton. Brianna Smith begins our live coverage from Levittown tonight. Brianna.
Walter, several law enforcement agencies have been investigating crime scenes from here in Levittown, Pennsylvania, all the way to Trenton, New Jersey, and trying to figure out what happened here. And they're also trying to figure out why that 26-year-old suspect came here with an AR-15 style rifle to kill his stepmother, his sister, and the mother of his 2 young daughters.
It was very shocking and unsettling the whole entire day. I thought it's going to be a nice, relaxing day.
But instead, Levittown residents received an alert Saturday morning to shelter in place for 3 hours because of an active shooter.
Wow. I saw a whole bunch of cop cars racing up and down the street.
26-year-old Andre Gordon Jr.'s alleged...
And how many, before they even knew who the suspect was, how many people already had an idea once they heard the details? I mean, guys, we're not doing ourselves any favors.
Crime spree started with the carjacking of Sonia Hansen in Trenton this morning.
Guy started banging on my car with the back of the gun, and then I jumped over the seat and ran. I'm so glad I'm just alive because he could have killed me.
Falls Township police say Gordon drove that stolen vehicle from Trenton to Viewpoint Lane in Levittown just before 9 a.m. That's where he broke into a home and shot and killed his stepmother, 52-year-old Karen Gordon, and his sister, 13-year-old Kara Gordon, who is an 8th grade student at Bayne Middle School.
There were 3 other individuals at the residence, including a minor, inside the home who were able to hide.
This neighbor's video shows Gordon escape to a silver car and speed to another home on Edgewood Lane in Levittown. Police say Gordon shot and killed 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, who is the mother of his 2 children. Her friend shared these photos of Daniel, describing her as a super mom who was a beautiful, carefree, happy soul.
There were 4 other individuals present inside that home, one of which was injured after being bludgeoned by Gordon with the assault rifle.
Police say Daniel's mother was hit and rushed to the hospital for treatment.
Wow.
Then around 9:15 a.m., Gordon carjacked a 44-year-old man in the Dollar General on Bristol Pike in Morrisville and fled without hurting him.
I feel for the little kids because now they're without the mother and the father.
And again, police are still investigating to determine a motive. They're here right now to secure the scene. And as for the suspect's criminal history, Falls Township police say they've had minor contact with him in the past, and criminal dockets show he only had traffic violations. Live in Levittown, Brianna Smith for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter?
Okay, Brianna, thank you. After the brutal rampage in Bucks County, authorities say the suspect made his way into New Jersey. Just about 10 miles over the state line, Gordon barricaded himself inside a home in Trenton. Chopper 6 captured the scene along Phillips Street at about 3:30 this afternoon. You can see members of a SWAT team on the roof peering through windows. It was 90 minutes later when Gordon finally surrendered. Action News reporter Charles Watson continues our team coverage tonight in Trenton. And Charles, we're told the suspect surrendered peacefully.
Yeah, that's right, Walter.
So for all the pro-blacks, and I am not promoting this behavior by any means necessary, but we have a lot of pro-blacks who are like, oh, you know, when the police come, y'all better crash out. You doing all this stuff. Da, 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 da. So he's willing to crash out on his stepmother. He's willing to crash out on his little sister, 13-year-old sister, by the way. He's willing to crash out on his baby mama. So he's willing to crash out on 3 women. But when the quote-unquote white man, the police officer, the KKK soldiers, the race soldiers, whatever they want to call them, when they pull up with the straps, with the SWAT team in your face, pulling up to the crib, while you barricaded your scary ass in the crib, you have no smoke for them. You ain't busting back. You ain't doing this. So for the pro-blackity blacks who are gonna say, you know, man, these guys, they need to crash out, man. I ain't going for nothing, bro. I ain't finna do nothing, bro. I mean, this guy's gonna get arrested. He's gonna admit to the crimes, and then he's gonna do the rest of his life in prison. Well, maybe he may not do the rest of his life in prison. He may get a light sentence depending on you know, the prosecutors and the DAs that he has. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's Philly. Who knows?
You know, for hours, police had been focusing their attention on that home on the 100 block of Phillips Avenue. That is where police believe 26-year-old Andre Gordon had barricaded himself. That is until earlier this evening when police discovered that Gordon was able to get away from that home and make his way to another location outside of that police perimeter that police had set up.
Yeah, when they grabbed him, he was identified. He actually gave up his pedigree.
Police finally have 26-year-old Andre Gordon in custody after a nearly 6-hour barricade situation at this home on the 100 block of Phillips Avenue. Police say they ended up here after Gordon allegedly killed 3 family members and carjacked a man this morning in Bucks County. The 26-year-old drove to Trenton, where he parked the stolen Honda CR-V on Miller Street, about a block away from the standoff on Phillips Avenue.
It's scary to know that that situation could be so close.
A neighbor who doesn't want her face shown says when she heard and saw police, she rushed over to Phillips Avenue, where she says several of her family members live and had to be evacuated.
Some of them actually had to be taken out through an upstairs window, and another family member, she's elderly, she had to be taken out on a police officer's back.
As the standoff looked to go longer, around 5:30, Trenton police confirmed officers took Gordon into custody blocks away on New York Avenue, where he surrendered to officers.
He was at that house at one point, but before we were able to establish a perimeter, he slipped out.
Folks who live on Phillips Avenue say they often saw Gordon at what they describe as a boarding home. One neighbor who knows him personally tells Action News Gordon is a dedicated boxer, and they say they're shocked to hear about the murders he's accused of committing.
So, y'all see that he was a boxer. What's the first excuse they're gonna make? Anybody in the chat who's watching the premiere or the playback? What's the first excuse they're gonna make? CTE. We know the playbook, guys. We know the playbook. We got it all on our bingo card in 2024. We know.
He's a good kid. I just don't understand why he would do something like that, to be honest with you. But you just never know.
Yeah, and that last check, police say they have not located the AR-15 style rifle that Gordon is accused of using and the murders he's accused of committing. However, police say they have obtained a search warrant for the home on Phillips Avenue and are looking through it to see what they may find. For now, we're live in Trenton. Charles Watson for Action News at 10 on PHL 17 Walter.
All right, Charles, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.